Hey everybody, it's Dawn from Glory Grace Farm. I know it's been a bit, but I was going to give you a quick update and show you my crazy happenings with my tomato plants. It's gotten pretty out of control, but I'm just going with it because I don't have the money for more T-post right now. So this in front of me that you see, these two rows, some of them, like I've talked about previously, have been pulled up by the raccoons. I haven't tried to replace them yet. I do have some that are putting on roots that I think I'm going to go ahead and try to stick in there and see if they'll come up and survive, and there'll just be some later producing ones to keep the season going. But these, I'm just kind of letting them do their thing, what tomatoes like to do or made to do, which is stretch out and vine and take root along their limbs. I do need to come out and pull up my fabric. Shrunk up this year. I don't know if it's the quality that I bought. The bottle that's blown over here in the rain that we've had. We've had some pretty high winds. But my fabric shrunk up, so in the little cracks I've had some weeds come up, and I haven't been out here doing much. It's either been one of my kids not feeling well and I've been inside resting because I've been up at night with them. But most recently it's been myself. I've had a tooth infection, and so I've been fighting that, plus having side effects from the antibiotics giving me migraines and stuff. So just doing what I can as I can. That seems to be the motto of this channel right now, and that's okay. But you know, the thing about it, these are pretty easy to pull up most of the time, but some of this, I don't know if this is the Bermuda grass. Boy, it can take root, and this ground is hard because this is the not tilled area. But you can see how they're just kind of doing their thing. The filming is making them look more yellow than they are because they are vibrant and green and putting on. I've got that evening sun behind me. I might need to turn around, but it's I think it's 6 something maybe on Monday evening. I'm just gonna go ahead and get it filmed and get it up and posted. You'll hear my neighbor behind me. He's mowing right now. Look at this though. Got these clumps of beautiful, I think these are going to be regular Romas. I've got a few different varieties of paste tomatoes that have come up. You can see how this is just laying all over the ground, but it's got all of its beautiful clusters. And so I'm just letting them do their thing. They're surviving. They're not getting sick. I think the weed fabric helping keep any kind of dirt up off of them, where if they were just on the ground and the grass, they would be more potential for sickness getting into the plant. But right now, they're doing fine. They're uprighting themselves to reach the sun. And so we're just going with it. This is the crazy tomato year, because squash bugs have pretty much destroyed all my squash plants that were producing and trying to get somewhere, and so things just aren't doing as I'd hoped with that department, because it's been a few years since I've even planted squash. But you can see back there I've got my beautiful sunflowers that came on, and we'll walk over there in a minute. My grass is tall. I need to mow. I haven't been able to mow. We've had rain, so it's just shot up. But that's a little watermelon plant I transplanted, but I don't think it's going to have time to do anything. I was trying to save it. But we go over here. I'll walk you up the middle of this aisle. This is crazy. I have learned my lesson on planting marigolds, because I had no idea. I've never grown marigolds and flowers before. and they get huge. And so I won't be doing this close next year. That's my pepper plants. They're looking really good. Some of them are putting on, some of them aren't. These tomatoes, it has to be whatever the variety is, because some of them, let me turn around here. I'm keeping those trays of water. It looks kind of gross, but I'm putting tomato hornworms in them whenever I find them, so they'll just drown. But some of these varieties, I think, might be the San Marzanos. When I planted them before, they didn't get really tall. They just bushed and produced really well. So I think those are my San Marzanos that are staying short. And then we have these that are getting tall and beautiful. And then we have these peppers here. Fly landing on me. I think these are the sweet cherry reds or something like that. They were just a little like salad pepper that I wanted to try. That one's got some little ones coming on it. And then we've got these. I think these are what were called pepper shaped sauce tomatoes, because they are, some of them are getting massive. And that's why I wanted them, because they're another paste variety. And then down here, we've got some beautiful banana peppers. Hopefully that's what they are. They're supposed to be bananas, but I also have Anaheims, but I think these are the banana peppers. And then there we have some little Romas coming on these plants. More huge marigolds. More Romas. Some of them are starting to turn. But like I said, I have been getting some tomato hornworms. Mom was out here with me yesterday, and we were tracking them down and pulling them off. There's some more of the cherry peppers. They're just a sweet pepper. But the problem I'm having, I think the netting is fantastic, but you must have your posts that are sturdy in place. These are those fiberglass rods that are in other videos I talked about, and they're working sort of. But I think if you combine this netting with regular tall T-posts, I think it would be phenomenal. I just didn't have the money to buy new T-posts this year. I've got some I need to come out and tie up because they're growing so fast and falling over on me. Look how white these are. That is not, I mean, they look like they're glowing on the camera right now with the evening sun. But I'm curious as to how they're going to turn out, because they look so white. They're not green. And then we've got more peppers. This one has completely fallen over, but it looks like more of the sweet cherries. Unless they're just baby bales that haven't really come on to size yet. And then this flower is going crazy. Oh, look. Some red coming on back there. Ooh, yeah, oh, that one's split. Get that one. Oh, see, look. Can you see that? I don't know if you can see that. Little black specks. Let me get that leaf out of the way. Well, I keep picking up a leaf. Okay, there we go. That is tomato hornworm poop. And here's where they've been eating on one of my tomatoes. Look at that. I pulled 2 little cherries off yesterday from Mom. But look at the clusters of tomatoes I'm getting. Now on these, I mentioned in another video that I was not pruning any shoots, any of the armpit, growth. I was leaving all of it because I didn't know which plants were which varieties. But look at this, y'all. Okay, here's my face. And that's the top of the plant. So, tied up as best I can. It's over 6 feet tall. Oop, here's some more red. And these are, of course, little cherry tomatoes, little salad, kind of like Camparis that I get Mom at the grocery store. There's another pretty pepper plant. My beautiful, oh, it's getting blossoms on it. Marigolds are getting ready to come out. Yay. But look at these clusters. This is my only plant that's sickly. It's got this darkening on the plant itself, on the stems. I do not know what's wrong with it, but I pruned it way back, and I'm just hoping to get the ripening of those particular tomatoes, and then I will pull it. But the rest around it, they're all healthy and fine. So I don't know what happened to that one, but it's just something about that variety. I don't know. But here we have another huge cluster of the paste tomatoes. More pepper plant. Lots more tomatoes, more hornworm damage. Now some of these might have been bigger if I had not left so many of the shoots to grow, but that's okay. A tomato is a tomato, and Mom prefers small ones unless she's putting it on a hamburger or a sandwich, but sometimes she'll just put them on the side. Oh, look at the damage on this plant. Sorry, distraction. I may have to come out here tonight with my black light and see if I can find all these boogers, because he has picked this one. I killed one out here in this vicinity, because I sure don't see him right now. But he has cleaned that whole limb off. That's what they'll do. They'll clean every limb, every leaf off of a limb. And then they'll start eating on the tomatoes themselves. But they've eaten these off. These off here. I don't see him though. He should be a big one, as much as he's eaten. So it may be the one I found, and I just didn't realize how much damage it had done. But look at that. All of them clustered up together. Should have brought my basket out here with me. I didn't realize I'd be picking right now. Well, I'll get that in a little bit and pull that one off. Okay, back to the work. Well, there's some more. Now you can see without the sun on them how white those are. Some variety of a paste. I don't know if that's a type of Roma, but they're so white. So I'm curious if they're going to turn red, or if there may be going to be some kind of a yellow variety out of that mystery pack of seeds. Because these here, they're still green. Maybe they turn more white before they turn red. Look, it's just clusters and clusters of plants. And this one, it's another, I mean, it's almost 8 foot tall, growing up toward my magnolia. And I'm just letting them go. I can't control them. I mean, I could snip their tops off, but why in the world would I do that when I want tomatoes? This row I'm having trouble with because of the weight, and I didn't have enough posts. So I added this post here the other day because it was totally laying over after the rains we had. And I had to come out and see what I could do, but it was when I was starting to not feel well. And they're just so heavy, because look how massive Look how massive. This is a marigold from the other side coming through, because all my marigolds are planted on that side of the fence. And my tomatoes are falling over because they're so crazy heavy. So, in there, the beauties. We're gonna be making some serious homemade spaghetti sauce and pizza sauce. And look here, y'all. I forgot that I had put this one in this bucket probably 2 weeks ago. And it's growing tomatoes in a bucket of water. I just put this one in here this morning because it broke off when I was out here earlier. But I'm going to try to definitely plant the one that's got roots on it. This is all my pruning. I've just been leaving them in the walkways. Look at this. Look at this. It's crazy. See all that? 1, 4, 9, 10. At least right there in that one cluster. But these are, I think, those pear-shaped. Let me lay my little ones down here. Look at that. That's my hand. And one paste tomato. Massive. And then I got these slicers. Maybe they're homesteads or money makers. I don't know. And I've just got all these clusters of these smaller Roma looking tomatoes. Another one. Go ahead and take that one. Hi. You want to say hi, Spock? Say hi. You just want lovin's? Okay. But I am just letting them do their thing, y'all. It's the only thing I can do. That packet of seeds was $8, but I think it's going to be well worth it with the size of these paste tomatoes. And I'll save seed from it and see if I can get the same thing out of them next year. Baby, don't make the trip, Spock. I love you too. Here's some more red ones. But everything's growing. One turn, and I'll leave that one for another day or so. But everything's growing along with my yard. It's a mess. But we do what we can do, y'all. But look at these. You can see where the birds are coming and scavenging the seeds. Okay, again, here's eye level for me. And then go up and up and up and up. And the birds have been having a big time having them some snacks for free on these pretty sunflowers that I enjoy looking out my front door and seeing. So I will definitely make sunflowers a part of my garden from now on. But look, didn't know this would happen, but that's them big old ugly stink bugs on my sunflowers. They're all over them, y'all. I did not know they would do that, and that's the first I've seen of them. That's some nasty looking ones. Maybe they're good. I don't know. Maybe they're eating bad bugs. I'll have to research that. Look, this one's falling over because it got too heavy on top. Spock, honey, you're going to have to move because I'm going to trip on you. I should have not went through here, huh? These are wanting to hang on to me, and I got my handful of tomatoes. Go on, Spot. But you'll see where I've pulled up all my squash plants. That one I left, but it's not putting on anything, so I'll pull it up. This one's not really growing. It's been there. I left it to get bigger, and it really hasn't gotten any bigger. These daggum squash bugs just are evil. The cucumbers, now they've been doing great. Okay, get untangled from my beautiful sunflower. Look there, how pretty. That's sunflower. But you can see my cucumber here. I've had a little bit of a pollination issue with everything, I think. And you can see it on the end of that cucumber. It's like a skinny end with a fat end. But for the most part, my cucumbers have done fine. I haven't had too much pollination issue on those. But the squash did not put out very much. It's just pretty much what Mom could eat. And we've got some now that we're going to try to put up in the freezer, but not much at all. There's one of my cantaloupes. Hello, Spock. There's a cantaloupe. More of my beautiful, super tall sunflowers. Spock, honey. I know you like to photobomb, but I'm not going to trip on you. I see that one's failed. So, something's going on with some of my cantaloupes and some of them aren't. But I don't know what happened on this one. It's weird. It's like split, but they healed over. I don't know. But this one is doing really good. It's about ready to bring in. You can see the vines. They just took off like crazy. That one over there is looking good. But this one right here is my best looking one right now. Spock, honey. Cats, y'all. Cats just do what they want when they want. Look at that beauty. So I'm happy that our cantaloupes are like at different stages. So we'll be able to bring one in, enjoy it for a few days, come out, another one will be ready, and we'll be able to enjoy them. Ants climbing up and down. But I haven't seen hardly any bees, y'all. I know one thing. We get the farm, one of the first things we're going to do when we can is get bees. Look at that. But this is what was sad. I had my... Oh, look, you'll be able to see them all. Move this right here. Oh, they're crawling on my feet, y'all. Look down in there. Spock, honey, not right now. Look at them crawling. That is all the stupid squash bugs that destroyed all of my squash plants. And these were my sweetmeats that I had putting on, and they just devastated the plants, and so therefore went all the few produce I had coming on them. But you can't help but think about little orphan Annie, and the sun will come out tomorrow when you see a sunflower. Beautiful. But I guess that's it for now. I'll show y'all the corn in another video. It's doing good. It's almost, some of it's taller than me and tasseling, but not, it's the first batch I planted. And it's not done so great. Half of it's stunted really bad for some reason, and not, it's already tasseling, but I don't see any ears on it. But the tallest parts of it, they are tasseling, and some of them are putting on 2 ears per stalk. So I'm happy for that. I think I particularly picked out a variety that said it had the chance of doing that. So happily it is. But the second batch that I planted, it's coming up really good after these last rains that we've had. And it's almost as tall as me now. And everything. I'm 5'4", but it's getting close to 4.5 foot probably, maybe taller. So it'll have time to hopefully finish up, and we'll get some more rain and everything, and it'll do well, and we'll be putting corn in the freezer. But I just wanted to give y'all an update. I know I hadn't been on here, but with life being what life is sometimes, and the illnesses that we fight in my family currently, I just have to do what I can do as I can do it. And I pray that everybody's safe and healthy out there, and everybody else is doing well, and that your gardens are growing, and that you're seeing God's glory in every day, and that you're thanking Him for all your blessings, even in the hard times. I hope that you like, and if you're not subscribed, that you do. And I just thank you for coming by and checking out my video and my beautiful sunflowers with the sunshine up there in the sky. Let's see, it's so bright. There it is. I don't know how well that's going to come through, but it's glorious. God's creation is beautiful. This is Dawn from Glory Grace Farm. God bless you, and we'll see you next time.